There you go. Here we are. Sorry for keeping you waiting. If I kept you waiting, I don't know. Um, I never know, as always, if anyone's there. I never know. So, if I kept you waiting, I'm very sorry. But yes, we're back. We're back tonight. Yes, we have the chat window again. Everything seems to be working as it should. So yes, if you're there, say hello. Say hello. Your message is gonna come up over here. All right. All right. So, yesterday was kind of a bummer. Yesterday, right? I didn't want to. I didn't feel like keep going because it was like, if there's more people and there's more, of a of a thing where I really feel like we should keep going. Then I keep going, but there was nobody yesterday. Well, we had a few people at the beginning, but then there was nobody else there by the end. So so yeah, I felt like why I kept going. Why? I said no. I'm just gonna stay here, keep going like this, go away, and then come back tomorrow. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm coming back tonight to keep working on our tower defense game. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do. Remember yesterday we were doing the beam. We're doing the beam particle thing, right? So tonight we're going to be working on that beam. We'll see if we can adjust the beam with the length of the geometry in real time. We'll test it out. I don't know, honestly. I've integrated the quarks particle system, right? And we have the package. But honestly, I don't know if we can actually use it for that. So it's like I'm as much in the dark as you are. Well, maybe not. Maybe you are a pro at quarks. If you know how to use quarks, if you have used the quarks particle system before, I need to know. Please, if you know how to do this, let me know, because I really want to know. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And yes, really happy with what we achieved yesterday. I think we had a very nice thing going there. And I see where we're live. I see that we have everything seems to be doing okay. I'm gonna go and test, since nobody's writing in the chat. If you are there in the chat, say hello. Write down, say hello. And I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna set up my monitor there. I usually just monitor this in the TV, so we can see that everything's coming out okay, because it happens at times that things are not coming out okay. A friend of mine is live streaming right now. Yeah, audio is coming out well. Brilliant. I love it. Okay. Yes, so here we are. Let's remove my thing from there. Yes, and I'll close. As always, I'll close Chrome, because this is, you know how Chrome is. Yeah, you know how it is. And what else are we going to do? Yes, okay. I want to address something. Yeah, we'll talk about that for just a minute before we start developing the game. It's about. I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna do some Rogue Engine lore. It's a bit of Rogue Engine lore that I already explained and talked about in the Discord. If you're not in Discord, come join us. There's a link. If you're watching on Twitch, there's a link on Twitch for the Discord. Come join us there. Or there's also a link in the there's nobody there, I think, on YouTube, but there's someone on Twitch apparently. So hello to you on Twitch. Thank you very much for being there. If you're not following us, give us a follow. And you can find us there in the Discord link, either on rogueengine.io. You'll find the Discord link there, or you'll find it in the description of the video on YouTube, or in the about section of the channel on Twitch. I really don't know how Twitch works. I have no idea. Honestly, like I'm so lost on Twitch. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a different section tonight. We're gonna start with a different section tonight. It's gonna be a lower section, bit of a lower section. We're gonna talk about something that somebody asked on Discord. It said, well, like some good praising was there. We had some good praising. Oh, I was looking for my phone right now to read it to you. But well, yeah, basically said, well, it's very nice. We have this thing here, and I'm gonna open Chrome again. Just to read it and just to read it out loud to you. If you're on Discord, you already read it probably. But I threw out some lore as well, as I talked about a bit of what in a very short paragraph of the stuff that basically what was in my mind the first time this was built. And but yeah, Bruno said, thank you for this initiative with TypeScript. JSTS is extremely versatile. It can be used for apps, software, DevOps, APIs, and games. Having an engine, so to speak, to develop games strengthens the JSTS community to evolve the technology in this sense, as well as encourages all the devs to enter the area. And said, bscript, do you plan to include Babylon.js as part of the engine? It is a powerful graphical tool compared to THREE.JS, but I find it very little use compared to THREE.JS. Yeah, so that's the thing. Here's the thing. I think I talked a bit about this before, but now I gave Bruno some context here, and to everyone reading, of course. And basically what I've told Bruno is that in the very first concept of Rogue Engine, I was using Babylon.js. Yes, Babylon was the first core of Rogue Engine. We have to understand what Rogue Engine is. Rogue Engine it's an editor and a component framework that is using THREE.js directly, right? It's not interfering that much. There is some interference, yes. Sorry, there is some interference, but the interference is more like a, how can we call it? I don't know. I'm thinking of it's not the kind of, it's sort of like a plugin interference. I think you could call it that. It's kind of a sodomization of the code. I think that's the word. I'm trying. Oh my god, I'm trying to think of the way to call it, but yeah, basically just going in there on the back door of the code and just changing a few things there, just getting there and then doing some stuff through the back door, basically creating a back door for myself in some parts, but I'm not really like making you use something else, right? That's the point. The point is that you use THREE.js as you would use it normally, only in a component framework like Rogue Engine that Rogue Engine gives you, which is similar to what Unity gives you, right? So that's the idea. You would use like Unity, THREE.js like you would use Unity. That's the idea of Rogue Engine, basically. But that was not the core concept. Was not let's use THREE.js as Unity. It was about, okay, let's use a THREE.js rendering, JavaScript rendering engine or a web rendering engine with this tool, right? Like you would use Unity. That was the idea, right? Build with it like you would build with Unity. That was the core concept. So yeah, it wasn't THREE.js wasn't in the core concept ideas. I said. Sorry, let me pull the camera a bit there because I think look, this doesn't look great, right? Yeah, so the core idea was not that you would use THREE.js with Rogue Engine. The idea was, okay, let's grab a rendering engine and let's use it, right, in this web rendering engine, and let's use it for this, right, to create web games. That was the core concept. And so what happened with that was that I was using Babylon before I was using THREE.js. and I was more familiar with it. I I knew how to do certain things with it that I already knew how to do with Unity. It was easy to use. It was nice. But then I started doing some benchmarking, and I started seeing other people doing benchmarking, and also every time I wanted to look for something, there was way more information about THREE.js, how to do this and that with THREE.js than with Babylon. I started looking at usage numbers. I was like, wow, so many people use THREE.js. And it's also like, it was way more lightweight, right? It was more like just a rendering engine. Let's just render stuff, right? And it allowed me to kind of, since there was less interference, right? You can build more tooling around it because there's less interference with it, right? It's still very easy to use. It's more bare bones than Babylon, surely, but it also gives you more versatility. You have to build a lot of the systems yourself, 100%. Yes, you have to kind of get used to maybe building a bit more of infrastructure around it. So it was an ideal use case, right? Because I could build the infrastructure for you, right? I could build the whole rendering stuff, right? Just create everything around it so that you could just come in and write a component down and, you know, just add the THREE.js, you know, use the vector math and all that the THREE.js gives you. It gives you a bunch of stuff to use to render stuff on the web very easily. So that was the idea behind using THREE.js for Rogue Engine. And that's how it happened. That's how it happened. It was very, very natural. A very, very natural transition. But the idea was that, hey, it should be possible, right, to swap this. And initially, I started doing like this test, like, what if it's Babylon, what if it's Three, right? Kind of swapping them out and seeing what the compatibility was if I swapped them out. And I built a framework around it thinking, okay, what if I remove one and put the other there, right? Swap them if the framework still works. And, you know, initially it was definitely, I mean, it worked fine, perfectly fine. And I built an abstraction around it, right? So I built an abstraction like a little transformer there, right? So I would pass in the rendering engine, and I would pass in the the component would just simply grab the rendering engine coming from, you know, THREE.js or Babylon, whatever, right? And you could use whatever you wanted, and that was okay. And for the most part, right now, it's kind of like that as well. For the most part, in some senses, not in every sense. Right now, it's quite. I think we've come to a point where it's quite tight with THREE.js, quite tight with THREE.js. But I think we could fairly, not, I wouldn't say easily, but yeah, it's not crazy to think that we could simply swap them. We could perfectly just swap them, honestly. It's not, it wouldn't be easy, like simple, like, oh yeah, let's swap it. No. But we could do it. We could definitely do it. Most definitely do it. The thing is, I don't know how much work it would really take right now. Like if I'm being like completely honest, right? It will take some work. But I'm not thinking like we should swap it, right? As in, okay, swap it in the context of Rogue Engine. But the core concept was, what if we can, the initial idea was, what if this could be white labeled in the sense, okay, this is an engine, like a tool, like a proper tool that you could use your rendering engine with it, right? That was the core idea. So the goal was, okay, if THREE.js can become stable with this, and we know for a fact that THREE.js, how THREE.js works with this, and we're already in a stable phase, then we analyze and figure out, okay, should we change and swap Well, no. Could we analyze if we should swap, or more or less? Sorry, we analyze if we should do a swap mechanism. That's the thing. If we should do a swap mechanism, not if Rogue Engine should start using another rendering engine, but if we could actually make it so that Rogue Engine could be used with any rendering engine, even our own, right? Even just decide, okay, the Rogue thing, right? And that's the idea. So after 1.0, the goal was always after 1.0, once we reach 1.0 fully, developed, we see, okay, can we, is this even viable? Is there even something here? Can we sell some kind of licensing to some third party to, use their own rendering engine and sell their own rendering engine with the thing there, their own licensing? That was a possibility. And just analyzing and seeing if it was viable or even worth it. So yeah, that's still the case. That's still very much the case. We still haven't reached 1.0. We're getting very close. And so I have been thinking about that. And yeah, it's very intrusive because I shouldn't be thinking about that, but I am because I always like to get ahead of myself. But yeah, it's a thought, right? It's an interesting thought. Why would you do it? The idea was that, same as I did with Canon at the very beginning, the first thing I added, the first physics engine that was integrated with Rogue Engine, well, no, it was Ammo, I think. But it was very obscure. It was very difficult. I didn't really integrate it. I created a little example with it that is still there available, and it's not great. It's very difficult. It's very obscure. Now, Canon, I added in. I thought, okay, I'm not going to add a physics engine to Rogue Engine, because the idea is that, hey, if a new physics engine that's much better comes in, I just want to integrate it and not break people's projects. Or say, no, now let's create a project that is this thing, so now you have to create a type of project that uses this rendering engine, or this thing or that thing. No, I just wanted to be able to, okay, you're using Canon and now you're using this other one, right? So you have components for one, components for the other, and you just add whatever you want to it, and you can start doing the migration within the same project. You can just download one package or the other and start changing the components. I didn't have to go around and, I have to create a project for these other... No, you don't need to. Within the same project, you can start changing the physics engine. And that was the idea. And that's what I did. And I think it worked fine, because I think we have a very versatile engine that can swap physics engines anytime. You can just go around and say, okay, use this one, and now if there a new marvelous engine physics engine comes in, we could just grab that and use that, right? Because the idea is performance and it's something that's much better, right? And yeah, so that's what we are. That's some law right there for you. Yeah, I think I really don't know what's gonna happen, honestly, with that. I can't. I truly, seriously don't know. Like, most of what we're doing here, most of what we do with Rogue Engine is just build stuff and figure out what's next. What's now what? And I think that's most of it, right? And when people use it and do cool stuff with it, then we know, okay, this is the path. And if nobody uses it, then, I have to use it. I have to keep using it, because that's what I built it for, honestly. I built it to use it myself. And so that's how it gets developed. I use it. I figure something out. I keep developing stuff for the engine, because I need more stuff. I need something different. And yeah, like I said yesterday also, sometime I will create like a project, probably using like the newest versions, Rogue Engine. I really like that, to kind of start using in the live streams the latest version of the engine. Right now, I think it wouldn't be very good, because it would mean that if I finish this project too early, the things I release are probably not going to be there very usable until you get the newest version of Rogue Engine. So, because we're going to have some big changes. So, nothing breaking, probably, I think. Not for now. But, yeah, new stuff. That is definitely something I want to use. And it would be the point, right, to use that. I would most definitely use the new stuff. Which is the whole point. So yeah, probably at some point I'm going to start doing that. And we can start seeing the new things and all that. With the, yeah, with every live stream and projects we build here. Yes, it's just sample projects, just sample stuff. I don't know, maybe stuff, I build a lot of stuff that I scrap. I'm wondering if I should build those scrapped projects here. Like, sometimes I should build stuff that I need, because I want to test something and figure out something out. And they end up scrapping it. And because it's not good as a tool. If it's not good as a tool, if it's might be confusing, I don't use it. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. Okay. Definitely tell me what you want. Tell me what you think. Your opinion is not just appreciated, it's taken into account. 100%. I listen to people and I do stuff. In fact, I think even in this live stream, people have asked for stuff, and we've actually built stuff and looked at stuff because people have come to this live stream and asked for things directly here in the chat. So, you know, yeah, we have addressed questions and things from the Discord. You leave me something on Discord, I may just make a live stream here just to help you out with something that, you know, you may be having trouble with. So yeah, 100%, 1000%. Yeah, ready to help you anytime. Okay, I'm your mate in that. Okay. So, I'm your partner in crime. I'm your partner in games. Okay. I don't know how many people we have in here. I really seriously don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have anyone. Oh, we have a few people there on YouTube, I see. Yeah, okay. Cool. Welcome anyone who's joining in right now. We're going to be doing some cool stuff tonight. We have the beam thing that we were building yesterday. Yeah, I'll have a few people there. I don't know how many. I'm looking at the monitor there, but I don't know. Can't see, it's too far away. The screen is like 1,000 meters away. Yeah, we'll see. We'll build something cool tonight. We're gonna try and finish the things that we were doing yesterday, and yeah, we're gonna go until right now. It's yeah, it's 17 minutes past 9 p.m. here, and I'm gonna go until probably before 12. So yeah, that's something we need to do there, to think about. Oh, look, we have Nika D. Welcome, Nika D. He's asking, make a multiplayer game for the App Store. Like for the actual App Store. Like you say for Google, like for the Apple App Store. Is that what you're referring to? My focus is not to kind of give any sort of as little as I can to give anything to Apple and Google, and in that sense, right? I mean, we're trying to make web games so that you can put them whatever you want. We can't do one day do a packaging. I can't do an iOS packaging right now but I could do like an Android packaging probably. I need to get, yeah, we could probably do that, one of those. I could do the packaging. The Android like generating an APK. I could probably do one of those. We could probably do the iOS one as well, but that's a bit more. That's a bit more of a mess. A bit more of a mess. Dealing with Apple, oh my god. Dealing with Google is not great, right? But I mean, dealing with Apple is. I mean, come on. Yeah. But the idea is that, hey, you can just put your game on any static store anywhere. Add Stripe to your game, okay? Just put anything, just sort of microtransaction, whatever you want. You want to go from level 1 to level 2. Here's pay some money. Want to get a skin, pay some money. Whatever you want, okay? And you get the 100% of it. Because, you know... Oh, hello, Simon. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Great to have you with us again. And, yeah, but that's the point, right? Having your game in the App Store, right, is 30% cut. So you get to pay a 30% tax on everything you do, on everything you earn. If I pay you, right, if I pay you $100 or 100 whatever monies you're using, you have to give up 30 to them. And then you have to pay taxes. And then you have to pay all a bunch of things. So how much money do you really have? And then you have to pay for everything else. And honestly, how much is it really helping you? How much is the App Store really, or the Google App Store giving you in return for it? Is it really that great? Because it's so convoluted and full of shit. Honestly, like, you can find those sort of shit apps in there, and great apps as well, and yours is just going to be lost in the ether. Are you really going to get any sort of thing from it? I don't know. You have no guarantees, yet every penny you make is going to be cut 30%, plus tax, plus anything you do, because government is also after your money. So everyone's after your money, your good hard-earned money, because I'm not assuming that you're a massive company with lots of expenditure you can do. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you have like just millions of dollars or something. And maybe if you do, like, I don't know. Think about what's the name of this game? The word game. I keep forgetting the name of that game. Oh my god. What's the name of the game? The New York Times ball. If you can remember the name, please leave me the name in the chat. What's the name of the? It's just a little stupid word game. It's fantastic because everyone was playing it. Everyone was crazy about it. It's just a website. It's just a stupid website. What the fuck? It's just like, it's just a stupid website with a little thing there, and it's created this share mechanism, and boom. Exploded. Everyone started using it. Why? The lad probably built that in an afternoon and just publish it on a static website. I think it was static. I don't know. Do you really need the App Store? Do you seriously need the App Store? No. I don't think you do. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm nuts, but I don't know. Yeah, I think if you do good marketing, you don't need the App Store. You still really need the whole. You still need to rely a lot on your social media, on your website, on a lot of things. And in most cases, you find these apps because someone told you about them. And you could, or because you found them on an ad somewhere, and the ad just takes you to the App Store. But what if the ad just took you to your website and you just open it and oh wow, it's an app and it works and it's great and it's wow, no, I think that's great, right? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I would much rather not give any money to you. if you start thinking about how much of the money really comes from having, being listed there. I don't know. But yeah. Simeon says, sorry, I had many jobs to do. That's good, man. That's good. I'm so glad. Really glad you had so many jobs to do. It's great to see you again. Great to see you again too, mate. Great to see you again, Simon. And Simeone, I think it was. Simeone. And I remember I said like multiple names, but then, get mixed up with the pronunciations of all the different names we talked about. And Nick D saying, I've been learning Blender recently because of that very inspiration. Yeah, Blender is fantastic. Blender is amazing, right? What an amazing story, Blender story, eh? What an amazing story. What a tool Blender is. It's just fantastic. Brilliant, beautiful. I love it. I love Blender. What's not to love about it? I mean, it went from being like the little tool there, right? The little project there, open source thing there, but to being this, like so good, so amazing, and very much on par. In some cases, better, and than the competition. There is just so expensive. Comparing, really, right? I mean, it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. I think Blender is just. And it's great, and I think it's a great open source story, right? Because in general, open source stories are either, you have this massive company behind it, or very toxic communities, and all of these issues generated around open source and this project that get either dropped or they get, very difficult interfacing with the users because it's hard to interface between groups. But the Blender Foundation, they have done this amazing job and actually having a great cohesive thing there. I think it's what every open source project should be looking at and say, okay, this is what we should aim to be. I think. I don't know. Maybe someone from Blender comes in and says, no, I hate it here. But I don't know. I think they are the example. I think they are the poster boy for open source. I'm just gonna say that. Way more than Linux, for instance, right? Linux has so many problems. Like the moment you enter the Linux world, so much drama about everything. What distro and what flavor and the flavor of the oh, so crazy. And then if you have these drivers and these other ones, and these people like the security this way or the other way, or we should add the app armor or not, and we should. Oh my god. And so we have so many forks of things, forks, and then you get this crazy thing that you don't know what to pick. So what do users do? Well, unless you're an absolute nerd, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. Yet Blender, install, done, work, beautiful. Oh, Blender. I love you, Blender. I love you, Blender. Just want to say it again. I love you, Blender. Yes. Poster boy for open source. Yes, sir. And you can write scripts for it, and Python scripts, right? I think Python is it, right? Python. Okay. Too much blabbering, too much just running my mouth here, okay? I'm just talking too much. Okay, let's see how many people we have here. We have a few people. I was waiting for some people to join us because otherwise, like, what am I just talking to myself here? Am I just talking to myself? What am I even doing here? Oh my god. Yeah, no, we don't want that. It's Simeon says, but let's be honest, okay? Nowadays, you must use all kinds of Autodesk products and Blender and substances and all kinds of nuts so to make a result. Yeah, sometimes you have no other choice, right? But, I mean, for the most part, you can make, amazing stuff with Blender alone. Which is, you could do a whole game just using Blender. You could build, if you're talking about game development, I don't know really about I don't know if making a movie. I think I've seen people like talking about that, using, well, Blender, for instance, this other one, what's it called? DaVinci. I use DaVinci a lot, right, for making, for editing my videos. DaVinci Resolve is fantastic. It's just fantastic, and it's free. crazy stuff. It's free, right? And well, I hope we can have a rogue engine there, at least a free stuff, right? That is like in Da Vinci uh level free and amazing. And yeah, that would be just brilliant, right? It's not my responsibility to get it. It's not me that has to put in that list, right? It's people using it, saying if it deserves the love, and if it deserves a place there, 100%. But yes, let's go in there. Let's go back in. Let's go back into our development here, okay? Let's see the stuff that we've been doing, and let's see, because also Simeon, you've been missing a lot of stuff here. You haven't been here for a while, so there's lots of stuff that you haven't seen. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, look, I'm off center. I'm off center. Where am I? Oh, here we go. Here we are. There you go. You can see the chat there, Simeon. Look at that. You can see the chat there. You can see your chats. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that, eh? And the last two showing up there. I guess your last one is very long, but yeah. Let me see. Let me check the monitor there. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, it's looking good. Even because it's not very, it's not interrupting that much in the, in the screen. I think it looks good. It looks decent. Let me know if you can read the chat. Let me know if you can read the messages there, or if it's too small. I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's readable enough. It's okay. But yeah. All right. Let's look at the game, okay? And now I'm I'll go back to the chat here and there. But yeah, let's have a look at what we have. Yeah, we have our energy beam here. Look at this. Look at this energy beam. Oh, that looks sexy beam. Look at beam. Look at the beam. Oh my god, it's a nice beam. That's a nice beam. Look at that beam. Okay, this is something we're going to use for our little game. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to use it right now. But we are going to use it later. Okay. So right now I'm just going to show you how the game is looking. Hopefully we're not destroying the performance right now. Yeah, we're going to have some problems first, but yeah. Right now we have this other weapon here, the energy weapon. Let me go back again. Let me go back at it. Have the energy weapon, the gun. We can upgrade guns. Right, we can upgrade twice. Ugh, look at that. And we have this one. We can upgrade it, right? And yeah, it looks good, right? And we can upgrade it again, and it has this massive thing there. We should make it bigger. Now I'm looking at this one, and we should make it bigger. It should be like way more massive, yeah. So we are adjusting things, figuring things out, figuring out how much we can do. But yeah, you can see we've done a few things. Yeah, Simeon is saying there, looks great, bravo. You went too far from the last session. Yes, we've done a lot of things. Yeah, it's probably last time you joined was maybe 5 sessions ago or something. So yeah, we've done a few things here and there. We also did all the stuff, right? But we looked at the terrain generator built by Danbao Ren. You should go look at the other ones there, back there, and and see how we managed to get to this place, because it's really very, very useful. If you haven't seen like the whole process, put it in by 2 or something, 1.5 by 2 or something like that, and you'll get some nice little glimpses there of how things were built there. But saying the energy weapon reminds me that crystal shooting gun from the Halo. Yeah, right, yeah. The one that sticks on you, right? Yeah. Yeah. That looks very similar to that. But we're going to change that for a beam. Yeah, because that is the same one as the other bullet, right now. Is the same one, but I think we should have a beam. We should have like 3 different options. One option is the bullet, right? So we have a bullet, an actual bullet that is shot and towards the enemy. And so since it's very fast, right? You can't really see. Yeah, you can't see it like it's following the target, right? But it is following the target. It is very much following it. It doesn't look like it's following it. But the energy weapon is a lot slower in order to make the energy thing look, look nice. So you can see how it's following the target. But they're both the same projectile, as in the same script. We're just using particles for that one. Yeah, we're just using this thing here. Let me show you, where is it? Yeah, it's just this thing here. Let me show you how it is, how it looks. Did I change it that much? Did I change it that much? Did I? I don't know. I didn't think I had changed it that much, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. Did I change it that much? Yeah, apparently I did. Okay, yeah, it's something like that. Yeah. I thought I'd made it smaller. But yeah, I don't know. The idea is that this one here, this one's going to be our beam, our actual beam that we're going to be using. And should I do this? No, let's leave it there. Maybe I should yeah, I should duplicate this and let's call this beam so that we remember that it's a beam. Yeah. And we leave the energy projectile there in case we want to use the energy projectile for something, right? Right now we have the beam and the energy projectile, the two of them. So we don't really need this one. We're just gonna remove that. We're gonna come here. We're gonna focus on it right there. You right, see it. We're gonna play it, and you see the massive beam there. And the point is that it has a box, right? It has a box. This box geometry, right? And when we look at the box geometry it has, right? If we stop playing the stupid beam there, it's actually mimicking the box, right? It's just actually playing around this box. So the point is, we should. This is the problem we have right now, right? The box geometry, because we need to adjust the length of the beam to where we are, right? Where the barrel is and where the target is, right? So we should like adjust it, right? And it should happen in real time. The problem there is that we're not really how do you say, we don't know how to do it in real time yet, like how to actually move the geometry. When we move the geometry here, this is playing right now, right? And if I change this geometry here that we have here, this is the actual geometry used there. Oh, okay, I think I know why. Yeah, it's because when we change it here, we're actually not changing. Right. Geometries, when geometries get updated, they actually get recreated. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the case. Because now I remember that this thing is actually recreating the geometry. So you have a different geometry. It's actually a swap of geometries. So yeah, that makes things a bit difficult, doesn't it? Yeah. So now we need to figure out if it's performant enough to every frame swap the geometry. Or maybe if we just change the value, we'll go along with it. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I honestly don't know what's the right way to go here. We're just going to use we're just going to create the beam thing and hope for the best. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we'll see how it goes. We're considering things. And figuring out what's best for our little template game. And maybe there's a different option we can use, you know. So, I don't know. We can also just use an image. An image wouldn't look bad, honestly, right? But I think particles just look nicer, right? I don't know. I think they look nicer, don't they? So Simeon is saying here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not reading the messages here because I can't see the chat while I'm on the screen there. It says once in a while, it could be great to share also the projects that each one of us is working, so we could connect more. Yes, this showcase Discord, on Discord. There's a showcase channel on Discord. Go there and share your projects there, please. Your Rogue Engine projects, of course, right? If you're making a project with Unity, yeah, no, just showcase Rogue Engine work. Do something with Rogue Engine, like make something there. Just build something small and whatever, right? And say, hey, I'm starting to work on this, and showcase it there. That's the point, right? And yeah, and you can tell us how you're building it. If you go to the showcase in Discord, you can see that the stuff that people are building with Rogue Engine, right? And they share stuff. Some people are sharing incredible stuff, really amazing stuff. Downbow Range shared a map generation tool that is just boom, mind blowing. I did a whole review of it. Brilliant stuff. And so you can also see what each one of us is doing in the free time. Yeah, of course. And also for work, right? Some people are using stuff for work, right? And so Nika D is asking, what's unique about Rogue Engine? What makes Rogue Engine unique? Okay, so let me address that. Let me address this thing first then. What makes Rogue Engine unique? What makes Rogue Engine unique is the fact that it's a tool around an open source core, right? It's not really trying to build its own rendering engine. It's just bringing you a tool to use a web rendering engine like THREE.JS, and it's trying to make it into a tool that you can use like you would use Unity, right? So instead of using THREE.JS full code, right, some of the stuff is already some boilerplate, all this boilerplate stuff that you have to usually write down. It's already there, and you can use THREE.js in the way you would use Unity. So I think that's what's mostly unique about it, in the sense that the most unique thing it has is that it just devolves, the development of it revolves around the tooling, right? The tooling around an open source engine that is already there and that people already know how to use. So if you learn Rogue Engine, you learn to use THREE.js, and you have a marketable skill that you can use. And that's, I think, it's very powerful, because it's not that you use Rogue Engine and you learn a whole new thing that is a whole new concept of how to do things. No. It's basically like using, if you know how to use Unity and you know how to use THREE.js, you can use Rogue Engine fairly easily, because I'm not trying to intrude in the way things are already done everywhere else, right? Rogue Engine is not trying to be the new way of doing things. Rogue Engine is trying to say, hey, you know what? This thing that you already do here and here, we can put them together, and now you can make web games the same way you would do, PC games, or mobile games. Because at the end of the day, web games are mobile games in a way, right? And you use a tool that is already there. So if you need to know, okay, how do I do this with Rogue Engine? You can first ask the question, how do I do this with THREE.js? And you already know that that you can do this with Rogue Engine. And there's so much material out there about THREE.js and how to do stuff with THREE.js, that I think it's a massive help, right? Because now you don't need to look for how to do this on Rogue Engine and have the handicap of, okay, not that many people are using it. No, a lot of people are using THREE.js. So there's no handicap there. You have lots of information. The Rogue Engine specific stuff is a lot less than you actually need. So if you have any Rogue specific questions, you can come ask me. I can help you out. And you have the docs that are fairly small, because you don't need that much. What you need is the THREE.js stuff. That's the most important part. I think that's the most unique thing, right? It doesn't depend on itself to be important and useful and good. It depends on stuff that is already there, that has many years of being used, and I think that's unique and very powerful. And it's Rogue Engine's superpower. It's THREE.js and versatility, I think. So Simeon says, custom hooks or imperative programming? For the beam, again, you must use directional light, it says. Yeah, no, not really, not really. You think directional light would work with this, but not really. It's not really. You could use stretched point light maybe, but not a directional light, because the directional light, it doesn't work like that. A directional light is to put the to shine on a certain surface in a certain direction, so it will shine. Say if you have a box there, right, on say I have a box here, right, I have this thing here, it'll shine here, or like on this face, right? That's what will happen. Something like that. Tweak the beam to remember it's gonna affect the FPS. Tweak the beam cone, but remember it's going to affect the FPS. For the beam, you can use also the sunlight you already use in THREE.JS. You are one who will hack this thing around to make it work. Also can apply noise to energy based on your taste. Apply shader to an energy gun. Yeah, I mean, just, there's a lot of things we could do. We're gonna do a simple beam. We're not gonna focus too much on the first on the looks. We're gonna first focus on the beam, and then we're gonna make the looks good, like really good. But if it looks good enough, like that it's really good, and we can't say avoid having a performance bottleneck, we're going to do that. So the least we can do, the least we can add to make it look good and nice and amazing, the better, right? It's always that, right? So sometimes less is more. Sometimes less is more, and because at the end of the day, a smooth performance in most devices is a far better goal to me. At least for this thing that we're trying to make something like a proper tool. It's a far better use, right? This is a template that we're building, right? So it's far more powerful and far more important to have something that we can use in more devices, right? And that's something that, it looks amazing, yeah, but it only works on the latest iPhone and on a PC with a with a good graphics card. So yeah, that's the point. Is we should try to avoid having too many performance bottlenecks. We already have a lot of them with the materials, because of course I absolutely adore these assets. By the way, these assets by Quaternius joined us on the Discord. Quaternius himself, I gave him his welcome there in the Discord, so go join there and go to quaternius.com there to help the guy out. These amazing assets just provided, all of them by Quaternius. Brilliant lad, absolutely brilliant lad. Building all these tools for us, all these brilliant, beautiful assets for us. Great artist, and support the artist. Go check his stuff out, and it's all Creative Commons, and he has some stuff that you can buy, and you can join his Patreon. So go do that, and it's one of those legends like Kenny, Kenny NL, that building incredible stuff for free and Creative Commons, for either your prototypes or games, because this is looking like a proper game, right? And yeah, but of course we have some problems here with the assets, right? Like for instance, we had to figure out a way to use the materials in a certain way. It would be like some of these assets like have a map. Like these assets are amazing because they have this map that we're adjusting there. We're adjusting the lighting color, but some other assets are not using an atlas map for colors, right? And that's a bit of a problem for performance, right? Because we're gonna have more draw calls. And some of these assets also have multiple materials, so we are like reusing materials in those assets. Like the turrets, for instance, they have lots of materials, so we are reusing a lot of them. We're trying to keep things very with not much demand on things. Trying to reduce draw calls as much as we can. But yes, always, if you can have like an asset that has an atlas map like this, it's way better. I mean, it's just going to make things so much easier. It's just going to reduce so many of the performance bottlenecks. It's just going to make any game in any game engine. It's just going to it's going to run way smoother if you just add an atlas map. I mean, it just is. That's mostly if you have like colors, just plain colors. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and it's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep building this, okay? So we have a terrible frame drop issue tonight. I don't know why. I feel like my mouse is dragging while I'm here. I don't know why it is, but I totally feel like my mouse is not moving. Look at that. Yeah, I can see my mouse absolutely dragging, everywhere. Wow, I don't know what's going on with OBS tonight, but it's worse than I think I've ever seen it. It's really bad. I don't know why it is. Let me have a look here. Yeah, the share screen. Every time, yeah, I stopped sharing the screen, and suddenly, wow, it just improved a lot. What's like, how, right? I mean, the share screen is just going horrible tonight, more than ever. Let me look now. Let me look again. Okay. Yeah, it's better, but it's still not fantastic. Let me look at the filters here. The audio. Okay, audio. And okay, I reset the audio there to make sure that we don't have any drops. Simeon says, so you can either shoot a stretch cylinder with the gradient glowing event, I think is you want to say that, and texture or shader or a line. This way you are not gonna drop any FPS. It's perfectly doable. Yeah, stretching a cylinder is totally, yeah. I thought about that as well, because I think it's the best one in the sense that it's the most performant one, 100%. Yeah, but it's apply scale animations, fade out animation to it. Yeah, and probably yeah, adding an animation to a beam or something like that could be usable. I wanted to, if possible, use the particles for it, but yeah, it's probably going to be too much of an overkill. Very likely. So probably performance is going to be absolutely killed, obliterated by this. So I would probably very likely end up using the cylinder strategy there. I mean, it's very likely. I mean, either a cylinder or a stretched sphere or something like that. Like if we added a yeah, let's remove some of these, right? Because I think many of these are just bothering us here, aren't they? Which ones should we remove? I think that one we can remove, can we? Can we remove that one? Yeah, we can remove that one. Not that one, no. We can remove this one, yes. Can we remove? Yeah, let's remove the ones we don't need. Let's see. This one, yeah, we can remove that one. This one as well. Not that one, no. No, not that one. Yeah, this one. This one, okay. Yeah. Now we have a more manageable scene. Okay. These are our 3 missile launchers there. We're gonna be using them for some other stuff there. I'm wondering if it's the beam hurting us here. Okay, I'm gonna bring the beam here, and now I'm gonna remove it from there. Yeah. Oh. So we have a cache issue that No, it's the same. It's the same. We're still the same. We're still in the same. Okay, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, let's explore that idea. Let's explore that idea with the beam. Probably a cylinder. Let's see if it's a cylinder or whatever it is. I don't know. Either a cylinder or. Oh no, it's not a cylinder. No. Oh, I remember something I did that looks amazing. Okay, hear me out. Here's a trick. Here's an incredible trick. It looks really good. Really good. Okay. Look at this. Look at this thing. We add a plane. Okay, we add a plane. Move it about here. We're going to make this one. First of all, let's get this plane. Let's make it. Let's add a group inside. Pull the group out. Add a plane in it. There you go. Now we have this thing. We'll call this thing a beam. Okay, a beam. Well, we're gonna have two beams. Yeah, not great. But yeah, we'll see how we call it. We could call it static beam or something. I don't know. This should have been particle beam. I don't know. Maybe I'll remove it. You know what? Maybe I'll get rid of it. Maybe, you know what? Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Bye. Goodbye, beam. Yeah. Bye, beam. We're going to do something else. We're going to use this. And what's it going to be? So we're going to rotate it in the x-axis, 90 degrees. Right? Well, we need to... No, not this. Sorry. The plane itself. We're gonna, first of all, we're going to make it minus 90, right? Or we could do it 90 just like this, right? And come here and do double. Yeah, double side like this, which is what we want. Okay. And we are going to, something we should do is we should add another group inside and call this, let's call this beam beam object, let's call it. Okay, beam object. And let's bring the plane in there, because this is going to be the actual object of the beam, right? This is going to be the holder of the beam, the group that holds the beam. Then this is going to be the actual beam object. So we can like play around with the rotation and the stretch. When we stretch it, we don't stretch this, we actually stretch the child if we want, right? We have the option of stretching the child. I think that's probably the best way. I don't know. I really don't know. So just in case, we're just gonna add things there. And in fact, we're gonna call these beam geometries. Let's call that beam geometries. Let's call it that. And yeah, let's add this plane, and let's add this. Let's duplicate this, and this one we're going to rotate in the Z axis. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Oh no, you're right, because we are rotated the other way around, so it's in the Y axis, 90 degrees. Yeah, okay. And yeah, we could even add another one. I don't think we need another one, because we're looking at it from here, right? So we're always going to be looking at it from this side like this, right? So we're just making sure that when we look from the side, it looks good and massive and all that. Okay, that's all we really care about. And we have the particles thing here that we added. Remember that. Yeah, so we can play now. We can play with this now, right? So we're gonna call it. We're gonna save this thing here. We're gonna grab this material. We're gonna call it beam. Okay. Yeah, we can save it. There you go. And now that we've saved it, now we're going to come here to particles, and we're going to come here to the map. And what are we going to add there? What are we going to add? Something nice, something sexy, something nice. Can we add this to it? Yeah, like this. Does that look good? Is that okay? No. But it has to be irregular. It has to be kind of irregular, because that way we will rotate it. We will do a bit of a rotation there, and what we will do is we will Yeah, it's double side and it's transparent. There you go. So yeah, and that way, yeah, we need to make it, we need to make it kind of a, how you say, oh no, one. What do we do here? What do we do here? What are we doing here? Yeah, we need to make it kind of irregular. We need to have something that's fairly irregular. Let's look at something else. I don't know. I'm not too pleased with this one. This one's not strong with the force, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Let's look at this. How does that look? About this. But about this. No. What about yeah, let's have a look at one more here. Because I don't really like this one. I don't really like this one. But yeah, the problem with this is that obviously we have an issue of size. We always know that we're going to be missing a bit on the size. So that's gonna be something we'll need to figure out. We may have to like create our own texture, like our own very like larger sort of texture. Yeah, kind of like this one, right? We could use this one, I guess. I don't know. But we need one that actually comes all the way down. That would actually be the proper way to do it. To have like a big texture there that goes all the way to the other side. Yeah, so we could have like a, let's make it like this, like energy beam. There you go. And yeah, I think that should do, right? I think that should do. What is this, like a different material? What's your problem? What's your problem? Looks different from below, right? Because it has it's getting low from the light, you see. We need to make it we need to give it a blending, additive blending. There you go. Yeah, no. It's getting this sort of. Oh, right, because we need to make this black. Okay, yeah. So otherwise it starts to do this weird thing. Okay. There you go. No roughness, no metalness, anything there. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, that's looking decent, isn't it? So now we can stretch this thing, right? We can make it like say 0.5, 0.5, and we can stretch the beam however we want. You see? We can say, okay, the beam is maybe 100. You see, and you have a big beam there. And what we do is, you see, and it doesn't look like it's like it's two things there. From above, it looks good. It looks perfect. And we're going to be rotating it in random directions every certain seconds, right? So every X amount of seconds we rotate it, like like that, right? So it's gonna look like it's moving. Yeah, I think that will look good. I think that will look decent. Very, very decent. Very, very good. Let's try and stretch it down to like 100, like 10. At least we have something to test with this, right? We have something we can test and see, because the problem, like I said before, is that it should probably be a square texture, squarish sort of texture, so that we can have more of a more control over it. But yeah, I think that will work. I say we have some chats here by Simeon should the stretch cylinder with the, yeah, okay, remember you can also shoot PNGs. Yeah, I mean, apply to yeah, I remember in Doom the flamethrower, it was only sprites with scale animation. That's all. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, that would be like particles, right? That would be like particles. But the problem is that, of course, in this case, we want to make like laser beams. Make the plane rotate perpendicular to the camera always. And not necessarily. No. The point is that, yeah, we want the irregularity of it, right? We want the kind of we want it to look different, so that when we rotate it, it will look like it's not perfect, right? So the imperfections is what's going to make it perfect. Make the plane quaternion, copy camera quaternion. Yeah, no, it's not what we're looking here. It's not billboard that we're looking to make. It's not that sort of billboard. Apply fade out effects after spinning. Man, it's gonna be great. And add sound when beam is being shot. Yeah, we're gonna add sounds later. Yeah, after we're done with the whole mechanics, we're gonna add some sounds. I'm probably gonna get some sound effects there from probably from the Kenny library or something. We're gonna get some sound effects somewhere. Apply fade out effect after spinning. Yeah, it could be some sort of fade out. Yeah, we could play with the we could actually play with these with transparency. Yeah, audio is very important, man. Yeah, audio is super important. Yeah, we could create the sounds ourselves. Yes, we could do some nice designs ourselves. Yeah, but I mean, you can there are also free libraries that we can grab them from. So we'll see what we do. For now we're kind of okay with this. I think this is fairly good, and we're gonna focus on making the mechanics. We're gonna make some nice mechanics. And yeah, this is how long can this be? Like maybe let's see how it looks on something like 20. I don't think it's ever going to be. Well, is it going to be this long? Let's see how long can it really be. It's probably going to start from about there, and it's going to get, yeah, it's probably too far. So it's not going to be more than maybe 15. There, right? Probably this is as much as it's going to go. And yeah, we could play with the Simeon said about just talking about the fade out. It's actually, we could just play with the opacity like this, right? It's just moving the opacity, like it's just I don't really know how in what way we can animate, like what sort of way, if we should like fade it out, like we should lerp it, then if we should lerp the number, like we just do some interpolations, or if we should simply do like a flashing, right? Is it, if it should be flashed or interpolated, like smooth it out, or proper like flashing, like reduced, like 0.51, 0.51, 0.51, like something like that, right? So it's I think it's more yeah, it may look more interesting, more like it's actually powerful. I think, I don't know, because it's smoothed it out, it will look like it's more like a light, right? But if it's flashing, it's more like, whoa, it's laser, I think I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know, I'm not sure. This is gonna be so cold and bad right now. It's gonna be, but yeah, that's what we're going to do, I think. I'm happy with the with this beam. I'm happy with this beam. I think it's a better alternative than particles. I think particles are a good thing for like explosions. We're definitely going to use particles for like the place we're hitting, right, and things like that. We need to do hit particles. We haven't done hit particles yet, but we're going to do some hit particles. So yeah, we'll need to add the hit particles for each one of the projectiles. We'll need we need the explosion particles for the missile, right? The missile is probably going to be particles, all of it. So yeah. Well, no, the bomb. The bomb could be a mesh, and then we could do some particles to it, maybe. But depending fully on particles, I don't know how good could that be. Combination of both, maybe. Says it's gonna be. It says you told me that you don't like to use sounds from Disney, but Audacity is free and you can do whatever you like. Yeah, yeah, I'm very familiar with sound tooling. Yeah, because I mean I do sound design in general. Like I'm before I did game development, I did audio design. So my origin story comes from music. So I'm very familiar with the. I used to record bands and stuff, you know, and all that. So I have a good idea about how to use different DAWs. I use Pro Tools. I've used yeah. I don't think I've used Audacity. I think I used I've used Pro Tools. I've used Nuendo, Cubase, which are same. Then I've used also well, I've used GarageBand here and there, but I mostly use also Logic. And that's the one I use when I'm on the Mac because it works really well there. And yeah, I've also used Cakewalk. Cakewalk was really nice because it's free on Windows and it has lots of great tools. And yeah, but I think it's kind of going away. So yeah, I don't know. Says apply fade in exactly at the moment when being shot. Only the time when beam is born or being generating the fade in is matter. Once it's hitting the target, it's going to disappear anyway. So only in the beginning, applied fade in effect. Yeah, we'll see that. Well, first we'll instantiate it, right? We'll make sure we instantiate it that it keeps the length. That's the first thing we're going to do, and that it fits the target. And then we'll start applying all the magic. Then we'll start doing all the rotation and all the magic stuff. Okay, we'll go step by step. Simeon, you always get ahead of yourself. Step by step. But first things first. Okay, let's go one thing at a time. Let's go one thing at a time. Let's think of one thing, and then we'll keep thinking about the rest. Okay. We have something nice here. We have something very cool. Very cool. I think it's cool. I think this is the longest it will ever stretch. I think this is the longest it will ever stretch, and it looks okay. Looks decent. If it were like 2, how would it look if it were... Sorry. If it were 2. Maybe, you know, stretching from me. I think that doesn't look great, does it? So we're probably going to make it maybe some like 2 and 2 here. 3, maybe 3 and 3. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. And we make it... Yeah, here we make it 15. And that's... Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's decent. That's decent enough. Yeah. I like how this looks. Yeah. I think this looks nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I moved the beam. Oh, fucking hell. I've moved the beam. I think I've moved the beam. Yeah, I moved the beam. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, anyway, doesn't matter because I actually have to move the beam to more or less the point of, you know, you see, this is the origin point, right, of the beam. And now if we move these around, right, if we move this a little bit, there you can see how we can actually measure. This is the point where it's going to be instantiated. This is where instantiates. Now we can stretch it from here, right? So we move it a bit more there, right? There you go. I think that's okay. I think that's fairly good there, right? And it's going to come to about here. So we know we have a bit of a buffer there. We're going to have to play around with the buffer. We're probably going to have to, yeah, do some fooling around with the buffer. But I think we already did the buffering here with this. Yeah, we'll see what we can do for the other one. So that's okay, right? We'll make this 1. Oh, right, no. Ooh. I say 15. Yeah, no. We're gonna have to stretch it from that point on. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little guide box here, which is create, yeah, it's a little box. We're gonna make it 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. So it's just very, very small, right? More or less. Not too small. I think it's yeah, we need a bit less. Yeah. And there you go. Oh no, what did I oh no, fucking hell. This fucking hell. 0.2. No. 0.1. 0.1. 0.1. There you go. There it is. There's the little box. There it goes. And now here's the beam. Oh, look at that. The beam is misaligned. Look at that. Beam was misaligned. Now we can adjust it, right? Now we can adjust it. We'll make it 1, right? We'll make it scale 1, all right? And make it start from about here, all right? Okay. So this is like the smallest possible beam, okay? And now we stretch it. We stretch it. Stretch the beam. Okay, we stretch the beam. We remove the box because we don't need it anymore. Okay. Now we stretch the beam. Where from? From this point, right? So we do 15, right? And we see how it looks. This is the maximum it will ever stretch, truly, right? And that's okay. That's okay. We can live with this being here because we need a bit of a buffer. This will be the barrel. It'll be inside the barrel. So that's okay. We want it to look good from, you know, coming from outside things. So I think that's good, right? We'll need to create like a little offset for the end. But I think that's good. I think that's nice. It looks decent. Looks decent. There you go. So we have a let's call it beam projectile. I don't like calling beam a project. Is it a beam or a projectile? Ugh. I don't like the name. I don't like the name. Save then. Let's save and that's it. Okay. Let's save and that's it. Fucking hell. Okay. 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 Quick bathroom break. I drank too much of this. I need to go to the toilet. I'll go to the toilet. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Wait for me. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Ah, sorry. Had to run to the toilet. I was peeing myself. Oh, I was coming out. Water was just coming out of it. Yeah, just peeing. Little wee coming out. Okay, here we are. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. How many people do we have? How many people do we have? Some people here. Do we have some people? We have like, wow, we have like 2 people. Wow, we have a lot of people. Look at that. Those 2 people still watching this thing. Wow. Thank you so much to all those 2 people watching this shit. Well, no, it's 3. It's 3 actually. It's 3. Yeah, it's actually 3. 3 people watching. Yeah, it's 3 people watching. Oh, maybe no, 4 it says 4. Does it say 4? Yeah, it says 4 now. Okay, so someone else joined at some point and this thing updated and it's showing me 3 or 2 or 3 or 4 or something. I don't know. Beautiful. And someone's watching on Twitch. Someone is actually watching this on Twitch, unless it's some kind of Twitch server. But yeah, thank you if you're watching on Twitch, because Twitch hates me. Twitch absolutely hates me. Why does Twitch hate me? Twitch, what did I ever do to you, Twitch? Why do you hate me so much? Why don't you show my video a bit more, my live stream a bit more? Twitch, please help me out. Twitch, please help me out. I can't get to 50 like this. Can't get to, how do we get to 50 followers, Twitch? Tell me, Twitch, please. How do I get to 50? I need to get to 50. Ah, Twitch. Ah. This should be called. This live stream should be called Mate and Dev. Mate and Game Dev. Mate and Game Dev. Mate and Game Dev. Yes. Sherbadev. Sherba Game Dev. Yeah, that's a good name for it. That's a good name for a decent name. This thing's throwing away. Okay. Yeah. Simon is saying, I can see your struggles. That's why I'm watching you. So the day I stop struggling, Simeon, you'll stop watching? That's what you're saying? Hope not. Famous crews only in the job. Yeah. I don't know. I'm having fun. I like making this stuff, you know. Usually I'm building stuff that I just scrap and I'm building it by myself. So it's a lot easier because I'm just sitting down and building stuff and doing, and then I say, no, boom, gone. Yeah, I just build stuff, I scrap it, and yeah, it goes away. But now, you know, I'm building this thing in front of you. You know, I kind of have to finish it. So if I don't like it, if I'm like, I have to go and fix it. So it's a good thing. I think it's kind of a good thing. Isn't it a good thing? I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing. In fact, I think it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if it's a beautiful thing or not. Oh my god, I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. Oh, you're not here. You're missing it out. You're missing the fun. You're missing all the fun. Look at it. How much fun we're having. Oh, we're having so much fun. Oh, we're gonna die of fun. Yes. Should I do a live stream on mushrooms? Oh no. No, YouTube's never gonna monetize me that way. Imagine that. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Okay, we're gonna do 15. I already did one drunk. I already did a live stream drunk. You weren't here, Simeon. You weren't here. I think you weren't here. Yeah, you weren't here. St. Patrick's. I did a St. Patrick's one. I was drunk. I drank it was beers and thing and started drinking. I wasn't too drunk. The problem is when I drunk that gin. And that really did me. I think that did me. I was drinking beer and suddenly went for the gin, and I already had a couple, so it's like, yeah, the gin did me good. Oof. It was so bad. It was so disgusting gin. I mean, cheap, disgusting gin. Okay, we have a nice little beam there, don't we? We have a nice little beam. My mom used this already sell to Koreans, so for me, you just doing great. I don't follow the big companies too much. They can do whatever they want. Honestly, I mean, if they want to use Rogue Engine, pay the license, keep going, keep building. But I care about the indies. My focus is on the indie people. If I'm gonna care too much about the big companies, and I'm probably going to be, I don't know what I'm going to be building. I think this is for the indies. This is for the people trying to make a living and trying to have fun and trying to, do something meaningful. I think that's a key point. Like original Unity. Okay. So with Unity, when they started focusing on the movie film industry, what happened with them? Yeah. Start forgetting about who really makes the thing. Who really runs the show. Yeah, that's when you're in trouble. So okay, we have a nice thing here, and I think we have a decent thing. I'm gonna probably later do a texture that actually goes from start to end, like with a more of a squarish sort of thing. So we're gonna do something like that, and yeah. But for now, I think this should work. I'm gonna reset the audio interface because honestly, I'm always afraid. I'm always afraid that it will break. So I'm just going to reset it. I don't know. I'm hoping someday it will just work and me not having to keep resetting the audio interface. But for now, I just keep doing it. Yes. Yeah. You Simeon, you also missed all of our live streams from Linux that we did. That was fun. Okay, that's a nice little beam that we have there. So now how do we do a little beam weapon? Okay, we have our components here. Okay, so what do we have here? We have our shooting tower. Okay, let's look at our components. Let's look at our scripts. Let's have a look at them. Okay, we have a shooting tower. Okay, so we are actually shooting the projectile. And we're shooting at a certain rate. And we're firing. We're doing damage. So in this case, last time I said that we should actually do a kind of a raycast hit thing, but honestly, we don't need a raycast. We don't need a raycast because we know we're hitting the enemy, right? We're just saying we're gonna hit that enemy, and we're just showing something, right? So all we really need to do is say who we're hitting and how much damage are we taking from them, and at what rate. So I would say that in this case, we could say the shooting tower could be like a projectile kind of thing, right? So in this case, we have the projectile. The projectile could be the beam, right? And we could make it a projectile weapon, right? We could say, yeah, we could make it a kind of a projectile weapon thing. Like a drop down here, right? We could get a drop down to decide on a mode. And say that if we're shooting, say if it's a, I don't know if it's a projectile sort of weapon, or if it's a beam weapon. So we could call it shooting. We could call it maybe type, projectile, or beam, or yeah, something like that, right? Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do a little select, and we're gonna call it type, like type, yeah, type, and we'll call this we'll say the type is in this case, like the default will be beam. No, the default is projectile. Okay, and props. That's no, sorry. Type type options. So we just add the options afterwards, yeah, with the same name of the property type, and then add options, and that there we create our options there. Okay, so the options are going to be, I think this is the way to do it. I forgot how to do this. Oh my god. Because I've done it. Yeah, there are multiple ways of doing this. I think this is not the way, honestly. I think this is not the way of doing this, because the value of this is the index. I think when you do it this way, is the index. Oh my god, I forgot how to use I built this, okay? I built this. Just let's be honest. I built this. I have to go consult my documentation, or I have to just do it wrong. Am I just doing it wrong? Oh my god. Wow. Yeah. How about I forget about the things that I built, eh? How about that? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just amazing? Yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful, amazing stuff. So I'm gonna hit start. I'm gonna say this type. No, sorry. I'm gonna do console log this type. Right, and we're gonna see how that works, because it's probably, I mean, if it doesn't work, it's just gonna break, innit? It's just gonna break. Yeah, it's just gonna break, isn't it? So let's add this here, right? Let's add our shooting tower, just to test it out. Just a little test. Just a little test there. Yeah, it's not it. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah. Okay, no. Abort. Yeah, not it. So this is it. This is how we do it. Okay. It's it's value. I think it is. No. Oh, sorry. I need to go to I need to go read the docs. Oh my god, I forgot how to do it that way, because I mean, we could do it with the index. I usually do it with the index, right? But in this case, because here's the thing, if we do it this way, okay, let's do it this way. Okay. Look, I'm gonna show you. If we do it this way, it works great, right? And now we come here, right? Oh, sorry, we come here to the thing. Here, and it has, you know, beam or projectile. There you go, right? But well, let's remove it so you can see the how it looks originally, right? So we come tower, shooting tower. There you go. Oh, I added something else. What did I do? I added a damage point. No, shooting tower. Let's drag and drop this shooting tower here. Did I just find a bug? What happened there? There you go. Now it's projectile as the default. You see that? Okay. Now, if we add this thing, I wanted to do this with the writing down the name, but let's just do type 0. Okay, let's just do it this way for now. I'm gonna go look at it later how to do it the other way, because I added that later. I think the first thing I added was the type with without the thing, and then I added the type with this. I don't want to open Chrome. That's the thing. I don't want to open Chrome because that, we get blown away by Chrome. Thank you very much, Chrome. Thank you very much, Chrome and OBS. They're being really good friends with each other, right? Very, very good friends, aren't they? Good friends. Friend. Aren't they good friends? So, yeah. We're going to shoot this beam. And we're going to say that probably should this be let's call this because this is, I think it's too long of a name, but I was thinking of calling this projectile type because it's actually talking about what type of projectile it is, right? Because here's the thing, we want to either shoot every time, right? Say this is the firing rate, so this tells us how many seconds it takes, right? What fraction of a second it takes to shoot, like how much time are we shooting, right? The frequency of the shots, right? And in how many seconds we do this amount of damage, and how many seconds we do this amount of damage. That's the proper way of saying it. So the thing is, every time we shoot right now, we're instantiating a projectile. The thing is, if it's a beam, we don't want to instantiate a new projectile, right? We just want to show the beam, right? We just want to instantiate the beam while you're shooting, okay? And leave it there until you say, okay, I've stopped shooting. Yeah, we don't want the weapon to kind of keep instantiating the projectile. In fact, I think it shouldn't even be a projectile. It shouldn't even be a prefab. It shouldn't be a prefab. It shouldn't be something we instantiate. I think it should just be something that is already there, and that we're just stretching it. Yeah. So if it's a beam, we have the beam. If it's a projectile, we have the projectile. So maybe we don't even need this. We just set the projectile or the beam. And if we set one, then it should start. And you can even set both of them, right? So we'll probably handle it that way, I think. So I'm just going to remove the type thing here. Okay. Yeah, and I'm just going to remove this thing from here. We're just going to grab the beam. Beam. And it's going to be a object 3D. And we're going to grab from the scene itself, right? So it's just going to be part of the tower itself. So that we're not like instantiating a new prefab or anything like that, right? We're just actually using a part of the object itself. Okay? That's the idea. And yeah, and we're gonna grab this thing. We're gonna stretch it. Okay, so this is the beam. And so when we shoot, right? When we shoot, in this case, we have a projectile, right? We have a project. Do we have a projectile here? Where is it? Yeah. So we say if this the projectile, we do this, of course, right? There you go. There you go. But if we have a beam, if this the beam, okay, we just simply do the beam stuff, okay? So we're being very yeah, I don't know. We're just letting ourselves be dynamic and have both options in the same component. So we don't have to write a new component for each one of them. We just do a switch by giving it one or the other. And if you give me a prefab for the projectile, it's going to shoot the projectile. And it's always going to do, even if you shoot the beam. You can shoot the beam and the projectile at the same time. You can do both. And so we could say that the beam, for instance, does what do we do here? What do we say? We want to we can say it's the thing is there, right? So we're going to do this dot beam dot visible equal true, okay? And we'll say this dot beam. Yeah, let's do that first, okay? And maybe we know what the target is. We know where the target is. So we want to get this beam dot scale dot set equals, and we're gonna set the scale, which is going to be this dot. It's going to be the distance between. It's going to be the distance between ourselves and the target, okay? Between the barrel and the target. It's going to be barrel, right? Barrel dot barrel position. We have the barrel position. Yeah, I remember that. We have barrel position dot distance to this dot target dot position. Oh, dot object 3D dot position, right? And we're saying that plus a little offset, right? So we need to set like this dot offset, okay? We say beam offset. We'll call it that, okay? And we're just gonna add it here. Just gonna have a beam offset thing. re props num beam offset. I'll just call it like this, just do it like this and say it's 0 at the beginning, right? Just don't want to do much with it first, right? Just don't want to actually do anything until we really need to. So we're going to adjust the offset after we look at it. So yeah, that's all we want. That's all we want, okay? There you go. So now what we do is we we come grab a little tower here, a little turret. Where are our turrets? Come to the prefabs. Grab our laser turret. Yeah, laser tower. There you go. There it is. A mighty laser turret. We bring our beam. We bring it in here. There you go. And in fact, we can grab the turret here. Right? Our beam. There it is. Just... oh, we just zero it out. We just zero it out. 0, 0, 0. There you go. There it is. We're shooting a beam. Right? Right? It looks like we're shooting a beam, right? It does look like we're shooting a beam. Yeah, it looks good. It looks decent, right? I like it. I think it's good. I think it's fine. I think it's decent enough. There you go. And now we grab the beam. So instead of having a projectile, we don't have a projectile anymore, right? Now we have a beam. So we added in the beam field here, okay? And we're not using a prefab here. We don't need a prefab. That's good. That's nice. And we'll do the beam offset. We're going to... offset should be something like, I don't know, 1. I think it's a bit much, but it'll have to do. it'll have to do. I think that's okay. I think that's okay because of the distance is going to be. So more or less, it's going to always hit you and all that. So that's okay. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And when we're not shooting, so for now, what we're going to do is when we're not shooting, here we go. There we go. Aim. Rotate towards. That's okay. So when we are not shooting, we'll just make it invisible, right? So the rest of the time, right, we'll say I want to use I think we should use a timer to make it disappear, but I'm thinking we could use the same timer we have here, right? We could use the same timer and say that the next time you can shoot, right, it disappears, right? So we say like the firing timer, right? So a firing timer, you see when it tells you you can shoot again here, right? So this is the point where it becomes invisible. We say beam. So we say if beam, if this dot beam, I'm going to say this dot beam dot visible equals true. So false. So I'll make it invisible when we stop shooting. So I think this is gonna look okay. This is gonna look pretty nice. I think this is gonna look pretty nice. Because we're gonna make it a lot. Gonna make the firing rate. Damage is going to be a lot smaller, right? The damage is going to be something like 0.1, right? And we're going to make, yeah, so it's going to be, let's go to 0.1. I like having the 0 there. And let's make this firing rate is going to be also 0.1. So it's going to be very fast. It's going to shoot like very, very fast. Yeah. And we're going to stretch the thing to the size, to the distance towards the target, right? So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing that. Let's test it out. Let's just test it out, right? Yeah. It's not going to do any damage, actually. It's not going to do any damage. Yeah, because we don't have the damage. Remember that is the projectile doing the damage, right? So now is the beam itself has to be configured to do the damage. Well, the turret itself, if it has a beam, it should be doing beam damage, right? So we should configure that, right? We should configure that. But for now, let's just try this out. Let's apply the damage in that way. Let's let the thing handle itself in this way for now. Maybe we should change how things work here. I don't know. Maybe we should let the projectile call the gun and say, you know, hey, apply damage, or something like that, right? Maybe. Let's try this out. Let's try it out. It's so easy to apply damage anyway, so you know, we don't really care that much about it. All right, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Yeah. Okay, the stretch is not working. The stretch is not working, apparently. We need to set the stretch correctly. I think it's... should be... why is the stretch... was the stretch going the other way? Yeah, we need to make it invisible from the very beginning, right? Yeah, so let's make the gun invisible. Let's make the thing invisible from the very beginning. And I like that at least we're seeing it there, right? We're seeing it. So you know, like Wait. Let's do this. Let's say, okay, no, let's do it from here. Say start, say if this dot beam, you know, we say this same thing. Oh my god, we just copy paste this. Come on, just copy paste this. We should be lazier. But we're not. Why am I not as lazy as I should be? Let's put this one here so we can see the whole stretch of it. Okay, something's wrong. What happened there? Why didn't do anything? Okay, something's wrong. Hey, mate. Hey, what's wrong with you? Oi. Shoot. We didn't change anything, did we? I mean, we just did this. We didn't change anything. So what's wrong? There you go. That's okay. We didn't change anything. We didn't do anything strange. Okay, yes. Super dot start. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot about that. Forgot that we are actually extending tower. Yeah, so it's not going to do its thing. Okay, yeah, that was the mistake. Sorry. There you go. Okay, so we need to figure out. Yeah. Oh, let's look at this. Sorry, we have some chats here. I'm sorry I haven't been looking at the chat. I'm sorry. I'm used to not having anyone in the chat. Simeon says, I noticed that you have a lot of custom hooks. Is that a custom engine you got there? Custom hooks in what sense, mate? Like custom hooks in what which hooks are Oh, you funking knew it. Hello, mate. Nice to see you here. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. Pew, 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 pew. We're actually shooting stuff. Are you making a template? Yes, we're making a template. We're making something that you can use later on. Here's the deal. I'm trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch. If you have a Twitch account, go follow me there. 18. We're an 18. What do you think? We're an 18. 18 followers on Twitch. It's the law, right? We're trying to get to 50. If we get to 50, I'll turn this into a template, and so that you can use it on your game, and you can make a tower defense. I would love to make a game jam, like a tower defense game jam. So like all of you, like we see who makes the best tower defense. You know, just using the template. That would be so cool, right? That would be so nice. Just have a little game jam. That would be so cool. Tower defense. Do whatever you want. Use the template. Be very nice, eh? Let me know what you think. But yeah, sorry I wasn't reading the chat there, because you know, I'm used to nobody being there, and you can see the chat over here up here, right? But I can't see it. I can't see it while I'm working here, you know. So I'm outside, you know. They have a whole setup is a mess, so you can't really see. But if I could have like a little monitor there, but I have no space there, I could look at the chat, but I can't look at the chat right now. I'm on one monitor on a laptop. That's all I have. So I can't really look at the chat while I'm working. So I have to like go like boom, boom, boom. We have someone here. Yo, says Effie Ivan. What's up? How's it going, mate? Nice to see you here. Welcome. You're very, very welcome to joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us. You're one of the few people following us on Twitch. Twitch hates us. Let's just put it out there, okay? Twitch hates us. Twitch hates me. So Twitch, give me some love. Give me some love, Twitch. Give me some love. you can use a phone on the side for that. Here's the thing. That's my phone. That's my phone, bro. Over here. Yeah, I'm screwed, mate. I'm screwed either way. Because here's the thing: the camera, like the camera on my PC is horrible, right? So I don't have like a webcam, separate webcam. So you on the phone, yeah. You on the phone. You're just turned into a Samsung. Yeah, because it's also an Android. So it's an old phone. So yeah, it's you know, but the camera is pretty nice compared to camera in the PC, which is disgusting. Ooh, so bad. So yeah, you are the phone, mate. You are the phone. You are the camera. It's actually your eyes stuck there watching this. You know, just you know, that's just you. It's a full impersonation of you. Just stays and stop there. Oh, yeah. And I have a thing like all across the table. There's grabbing the phone. I wish I could. I should take a picture of this and show it on Discord or something because it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. It's one of those flexible phone things, you know, and it's stuck there on the other side of the desk, and it's, you know, it's grabbing the phone, and the phone is on top of the PC on the monitor, so it's like it's staying there. It's just hanging by a monitor, literally. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. Say I'm the first phone to own a GitHub page. Very nice, very nice. You know, it's time Robert start taking over, right? Start being our overlords, right? When you use first machine going out there doing your thing. Oh my god. Okay. Let's keep working. Okay, yeah, we have the setup here is just disgusting. I'm gonna take a picture later at some point, and you're gonna see this setup, and you're gonna be like, ugh. What is that, mate? What are you doing? Why are you such a cheapskate or whatever? Cheap, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Oh god, my throat goes sore. I'm screaming of the void. I don't even know. I don't even know, right? If I'm talking, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm talking to myself or I'm just talking to a camera. You know, am I going nuts? Sometimes I wonder, you know, am I going crazy? I'm just looking at the camera and just talking. You know, this is how people go crazy, right? Just look at the camera and talk, right? I think, right? Are all streamers kind of crazy people, right? I don't know. Because until you have a certainty that someone's on the other side, you're actually just a crazy person. You're actually just a crazy person. Talking to nobody but yourself. Oh. Is that your IP in the top right? No. That's the how I say, the local network thing. So you can grab your local network thing, right? So this is the way this works. I don't want to click on it because otherwise you'll go like, but this is the local direction of this PC. So, you know, is within this network. So what it does is when you click on this, right, it opens it up in your local network. So I can open the project in my phone, right? I can't actually because a phone is a camera, but the idea is that you can use your you can use this, you know, your local IP with the port there, you know, with the and test it out, you know. Yeah, test your project on different devices within your network. Saying that's people go crazy when programming. Yeah, no, it's very difficult to be sane. It's very how can you be sane? How it's impossible. No, you just go crazy. You start screaming to your PC when you wouldn't. Why isn't it working? Why doesn't it work? Ooh. And you start, you know, going crazy. You start talking to your PC and go, you better work next time. You better work. I mean, Why doesn't it work? It just go crazy. It just go super crazy. You know, like 10 programming languages. Wow, that's a lot of them, mate. That's a lot of them. Yeah. But you use all the 10 of them. You use the 10 of them all the time. Well, HTML and CSS don't count, mate. I'm sorry. They don't count. They don't count as programming languages. I'm sorry. Not in my world. Not in my world. But C++, yeah. C, absolutely. I mean, that's my mother language. That's my mother. C is the thing that saw me. My first hello world was in C, and I was like, boom. And that's the time I went nuts. I just went crazy. Full psycho. And JS, Rust. Ooh, Rust. That one's difficult. That's crazy one, really good. And then Python and C#. Mate, you got a good combo there. Full on combo. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very nice. Nice. C++ and C rendering library. Very cool, mate. Aura rendering. Very cool. Very cool stuff, man. Very, very nice. I'll look at it later. I'll come back to the channel and look at it, because right now I don't want to open any sort of browser right now. Otherwise, yeah, this thing's gonna blow up. The OBS doesn't love me at all. But yeah, let's keep building. Yeah. Okay. Keep building. Keep building. I can hear my phone. Why is my phone vibrating? My phone's vibrating. Does it think it's a vibrator? Does my phone think it's a dildo? My phone is turning into a dildo. Oh my god. No. Why? I just wanted a phone. Okay. So we have a projectile. We shoot a projectile. If we have a beam, we shoot a beam. The problem is that the beam. Okay. Right. Yeah. Because the beam. Right. Because if we actually make it visible at the time we shoot, I mean, for now it's fine because we actually want to see the beam. Because we have a problem with the stupid beam. Just not shooting in the right direction. It's shooting in the right direction. You know what is he even doing? What is it? What is that? What is? Oh, I know what that is. I know why that is. That's actually the position where it actually is, where the enemy actually is, isn't it? I think that's the position where the enemy actually is. I think it is. Let's have a look. Let's move the beam offset. Let's put 2 there. Okay, let's put 2 there. Let's just say the beam offset is that much, that long. And yeah, let's save the prefab, remove, and just come here and hit play, and we'll add the energy gun again, and we'll see. No, that's too long. That's just too much. What are you even doing? No. I don't like that. No, I'm not having it. Not today. Let's have a look. Let's pause it and look at it. Okay. What are we seeing here? We are right behind the target, right? We're right behind the target. I think it's because of the follow thing. I think it's because of the smooth follow thing that we're right behind the target. Probably that. Could be. It's very likely that. I think. Now, why is it so long? Why is this thing so long? I mean, it's just way too long, isn't it? Right. Maybe it's just, that's just the problem. Maybe we just made it too long. Maybe we just made it way too long. Yeah, let's come here and make it shorter, right? Let's make it shorter. Or maybe should this be like a maybe negative value or something? Like we put 0 there. Right, put 0 there. If we put 0 there, right? Let's put 0. Let's just not have any sort of thing and see what happens. Okay. There you go. And now we do this and this. No, it's not the offset. What is it, my friend? What is it? I see 3. It's just me, my bot that says, I see 3 nuggets and a fan shooting a giant sausage. Oh, wow. I love that. Shooting giant sausage. Oh, giant sausage shooting. Yes, we want that. Do you actually, Simeon asks, do you actually knew that the reason you are able to use your engine today and generally THREE.JS is because one guy named Ricardo Cabello, who developed the code based on ActionScript language using Adobe Flash and Report. Yeah, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ricardo Cabello is Mr. Dupe. Mr. Dupe. Mr. Dupe. Yeah, Mr. Dupe is the man. The Mr. Dupe. Who doesn't love Mr. Dupe, right? Oh, Mr. Dupe. We love you, Mr. Dupe. Thank you very much for making THREE.JS, mate. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Mr. Dupe. We pray to you. Mr. Dupe Temple Church. So we're going to call ourselves. Going to make the Church of Mr. Dupe. Oh, yes. So, now what we're going to do tonight. Oh, my God. Yeah, we need more matter. We need more matter. We need more energy. We need to recharge energy. I'm going to end up in the toilet again. I'm going to end up in the toilet yet again. Oh, my God. We're going to end up in the toilet again, aren't we? Yeah, 2010. Yeah, it's a very, very old repo, THREE.JS, isn't it? Very, very old. All this time. 2010. Yeah. Think the kids that were born in 2010 are now 15 years old. Just think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. So many kids having their quinceañeras. That's way too much time, man. Let's just, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. Let's not even think about it. Okay. I think I was 17. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm 91. I'm 1991, baby. Okay. So. Oh, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong now. Yes. We need the beam to look at the target, right? So beam dot look at this dot target. Target dot position. No. Object 3D dot position. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, we'll see. How old do you think I am? This man said, oh my God, I don't know how old you are. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. I don't know if I want to. I you know, here in the Discord we have people for all ages, but I don't know. I really don't know, mate. You know so many programming languages. I'm gonna say you are. If you wrote the rendering library thing, I'm gonna say you are. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know you enough. You got IP banned from Discord. Oh my God. IP banned. What have you done, man? What have you done? Oh, you're a mess, man. What have you done? What have you done? Oh, man. No. I've been spamming Discord channels. Are you too young to be on Discord, maybe? Too old to be on Discord? Do they just have like a cap age? Say, no, you can't be here because you're too old. Lads, young lads, something like that, you know? Or maybe, I don't know. Okay, now we're shooting at something, right? Now we're shooting at something. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. Looks disgusting. Oh my God, looks so bad. It looks so dark. It looks bad. Yeah, we need to change that. It says, I have no idea. It says I got like 5 accounts banned. Oh, 5 accounts. You've been doing messy things. I'm underage, but over 16. That mate, you're 17, mate. You're 17. You're just as old as I was in 2010. Only one age from. Yeah, I told you it's better here on YouTube. Yeah. Twitch is better, Simon. Absolutely, that was the hardest guess I've ever done in my life. Plus, maybe you have many jealous people competence thing there where every once in a while will give these red flags, let's say, so just avoid them. Only YouTube, nothing else. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I haven't used Twitch that much to know. But hey, we're trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch. We're trying to make Twitch work. We're trying to make Twitch a good platform to use. But it's really hard. Oh, Twitch. Oh, what's happening, Twitch? Why aren't you good, Twitch? Oh, man. I hate Twitch. You know, Twitch, I'll hate you until you start loving me. When you start loving me, I'll start loving you back. That's when I start loving you, Twitch. Start loving me now. Love me back. Twitch, please. Love me. There you go. Effie Ivan loves Twitch. You know, I know many people love Twitch because of the chat. They say the chat is a much better chat. It's a much prettier, nicer chat. It's much nicer and beautiful. But I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Is it much better? I haven't used it that much to know. Honestly. So yeah. I don't know. Yeah, when everyone was using Twitch, I wasn't watching live streams. Like what everyone was doing, you know, was watching the back in 2010, when everyone was watching about 2010, 2012, all those years, when everyone was doing the was watching all the streams from you know, League of Legends and all these things going on. I was actually not watching that, so I wasn't in the know back then. So I wouldn't know. Okay, so we have a thing that's moving there, and but you see how it's actually looks like it's whipping to the place it's going, right? And that's not good. We don't want that. We don't got to do thing, right? That's bad. It shouldn't look like it's moving, right? It shouldn't look like that. Why is it looking like that? Because the thing is, it's actually just adjusting the position as well, like on the side, right? We don't want that. Why do we want that? We don't want that. We don't want that. So we're going to say this dot beam dot rotation dot y equals 0. That's better. Nah, still ugly in that way, right? Still ugly. Still ugly. We need to first, okay, we need to make sure that we are pointing at the enemy before we shoot the gun. So after we move, because we're doing the look at from here, right? So we need to say that let's do this. Let's do it this way. If let's do it this way. But looking at the target here, right? We're aiming looking at the target, right? This is how we aim here, right? We aim there, and we shoot if we can shoot, right? That's what we do. We aim and we shoot. And now what we do is we're going to say that if the dot product, right? If the dot product of our direction is similar to that, this thing, right? So we're going to say that this is what we're going to do, okay? This is what we're going to do. Say if this dot object 3D, the position of dot there's a target dot position. No, again. Equals. Now it's gonna say smaller. It's greater equal. 0.9. Say okay. Say this dot beam equals this dot beam dot visible equals true. There you go. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's just try that. Okay. Just try that. And otherwise, else we'll say this dot beam dot visible equals false. False. Okay. It's just false. It doesn't work. Okay. No. No. There you go. Yeah. Energy. Oh no, I think I know what's going on as well, right? Because we're making it. Oh no, it's not that, is it? Because we're making it false from the beginning, but we also have the problem that we're not really doing the whole making it false thing. You know, they aren't as strict as YouTube says. Ivan says, oh, look at that. I don't know. More nuggets and giant sausages getting shot by a fan. Yeah, it's nuggets and sausages and fans. Yes. But it's some beautiful nuggets and sausages and fans. You know, this is let me show you. This is actually very nice, beautiful assets built by very nice, amazing Quaternius. These assets are built by him for free for everyone. You know, on the quaternius.com you can enter there and you can find all the assets the lad makes for free. Free, and I mean free. It's Creative Commons 0, CC 0, so you can use these assets. You know, very cool. Yeah, it depends also if you're watching this from your phone. Maybe it's very small, so these nuggets look like nuggets, but actually very cool robots. Really cool little robots there. Let me show it to you. Where are the little robots there? Where are they all? Where are they? Where are they? There's space and room to it. Where are they? What's the enemies here? The enemies aren't they here? Yeah, melee bot here. We have a bunch of them here. Look at them. Look at them. They look nice, don't they? And sort of free, mate. This lad is just brilliant. These things are free. Oh, disappeared. The inside of it disappeared. Oh, fucking hell, man. No, fucking hell. We have a problem here. We have a problem with it. We had the same issue the last time with it. With this geometry. I don't know what happened with that geometry. We need to I think the moment we created the prefab, it broke somehow, and now we have a broken geometry. So I'm gonna have to do a little fix there. I'm gonna bring one that I think I built on Blender that like I grabbed his blend instead of grabbing his FBX. I grabbed the blend, and the blend has a you know, you can export as a GLTF, and that's much better. That's much better because the FBX sometimes is not. It's not as great. It's not as good. It depends, you know. PC on PC, very nice, man, very nice. So okay, let's come here. Let's just get this beam and remove it from here. There's no more beams, first, no more beams. Okay, yeah. And whoa, we're getting some. Oh my god, OBS, please, OBS. Okay. So see how on start it's not giving us love. It's not giving us love. We need to grab the prefab. We're gonna grab the prefab. We're gonna grab the laser tower thing here. Okay. We're gonna say that. Yeah, we're gonna grab the beam. We're gonna make it invisible from the very beginning. There you go. Otherwise, it's a disaster. It's a constant disaster. Okay, there you go. There it is. Now we hit play again. And now at least the beginning. Yeah, it's not shooting the thing at the very beginning. I see that it's actually doing some frequency thing. So if we say if we make it like let's say 0.5, right? The firing rate. We change the firing rate to something like 0.3. Okay. See if it's actually I think it's blinking. I see it like kind of blinking. So let's try it out. Let's try it out. I think it will be blinking more now, right? No, it's not blinking that much, is it? Yeah, no. It was kind of blinking, I said, right? Kind of blinking. It's not blinking that much now, is it? Yeah, so we need to Simeon says, remember you changed some colors also. Yeah. So the materials need to be assigned properly in Blender and then exported to GLB before exporting them through the GLB load. Yeah, we don't. The GLB loader is actually being used internally here, right? But we're actually using now the. So we're actually just using the internal one from the engine. But there's some issue there. There's some issue that with that geometry we're having here. Some compatibility issue. I remember having done something with that particular mesh. I think it's something related to the armature, not to the geometry itself. I think something related to the armature, and that's breaking everything. So we're gonna go into Blender. We're gonna fix that, and then we're gonna come here and do it. But probably just gonna do it later, like another time. So I don't. Yeah. So I don't stop the development here. You know. But yeah, we know that thing at least is doing something for now. Okay, so firing rate 3. Yeah, let's make it 3 for now. Okay, let's make it 3 for now. But we actually want this to be what if it's 3? It's right. Let's look at something. I want to have a look at something, okay? I want to have a look at something. Let's look again. Let's have a look again. Let's have a look again. Laser turret, okay. What is he even shooting? Okay, so it disappears when it's not shooting. The thing actually disappears, which is good, right? Something we want. It kind of goes away and says, "Oh, I'm gone." Which is something we want, definitely. But yeah. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that at all. So we know that we're going to be shooting, or we should be shooting when we are Are we actually doing this correctly? Oh, now I'm like, are we actually? So we are actually just making it visible when we're reaching that. So we should see this, right? We should see if it's actually doing its job. Otherwise, we'll see something wrong. Right? That's at least that's what I think. Oh, look at that. It's not doing its job, is it? I'm doing something wrong here. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong here? So we're looking at the target. Let's do this. Let's do it this way, okay? Let's grab this thing here. Let's grab it for now, and let's do it this way, okay? Let's do it this way, and because we're doing the lookout as well from this, it's not really a smooth lookout. That's the thing. Or is it? Wait. We're looking at the target here. All right, because we're looking at it. Okay. I get it now. Ah, okay. We're doing this in the wrong situation here, right? We're doing this in the wrong position. This is when we are actually rotating towards the target. This is the smooth rotation that we're doing. Yeah, I'm not reading the comments that I left for myself. That's a problem with comments when you don't read them, right? Yeah, that's a problem. If you don't read your comments, then you see how it actually starts pointing at myself? Yeah, it's pointing at itself like it's funny or something. That's not something you want, right? It's not something you want. No. So let's have a look. Why is it false? I mean, it should be 1, right? It should be 1 because it's the obviously the position of the. No, this is wrong. What I'm doing is wrong. Yeah, I know. I'm doing the wrong thing here. No, this is not it. No. Nope. This is not it. Okay. That's the problem. Because the position is not changing. So, I mean, of the thing. So what am I even doing here? What's this stupid thing I'm doing here? The fuck? Oh my god. This is what you do with the direction. The direction, not with the position. Ah. What a mess. What have I even done? Yeah, but also here, look at this. I also left this here. So I'm an idiot like that. So even if that worked, which it won't work, right? Even then I had it like on all the time, so it wouldn't work. But yeah, this won't work anyway. Yeah, so see, it's also doing the wrong thing because it's turning on when it shouldn't. But yeah, actually, we just leave it there. We just remove this, which is the thing was happening. It was just turning on the moment it was trying to move and rotate towards the target. You see, whoa, says no. You see? So it's doing the same thing. There you go. Right? So what we want to know here is, okay, if the direction of Simeon says my man, don't forget you also have to get some rest after a while and come up with issue with fresh mind. You already done many things, plus it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh wow, yeah, it's very, very late there, right? It's 11:30 here, 11 p.m. So it's not that late here, you know. It's not that late for me here. I shouldn't be this tired. I am tired. I ended up more or less this time yesterday. I have to go need some bread, so I can't. I'm probably going to finish very, very soon. But I would like to at least get this thing explain what we actually need to do here. What I was doing wrong. Okay. Let me see if I can explain it in a good way. So the thing is, what I was actually doing here. I was grabbing the what I was trying to do is I was trying to get the dot product, right? So it's the say if you have the position, right? I was using the position. I was grabbing the position of one thing and the position of the other and get the one dot product. That doesn't make any sense because the position by itself, it says nothing. What you need is dot product with the direction, right? So the thing is, we needed the direction to tell us, okay, if the direction to that object, right? If the dot product of the direction to that object is actually the is actually 1. You see, that's how we know if the direction is, if the dot product of that is 1, we know that we are pointing at it. Yeah, but it doesn't make much sense like this, right? Because we need to know if we're facing it, right? If the direction of it is facing the target, right? Yeah, but we are not really doing that, are we? So I mean, what are we even doing there? So yeah, that's what we were doing wrong. But yeah, let's face this with I agree with Simeon here. We need to face this with a fresh mind. But yeah, let's start later. What I want to do though, what I want to do before we go is to check out the blinking though. The blinking, I want to solve that first of all, right? Before anything else, because the beam, I mean, we have a beam here, right? We have a beam, even if it's not doing the right thing it should do. We have this beam, and it's shooting, right? But we need to actually disappear when it's not shooting. So let's fix that, and we'll go away. Okay, let's fix that. Let's say that okay, while we're not shooting, because in this point, right, the timer, we're saying that if the timer is greater than the firing rate, so we can't shoot, we make it invisible, right? And actually, the problem with this is that we're never really making it invisible because we're actually shooting where we can't shoot, right? So what we should probably do is have some kind of a mechanism to blink the beam, right? So say I want to use the same timer, I don't want to use a secondary timer, right? So if we do firing timer is greater equal to this dot firing rate. Let's say we have, okay, first of all, let's say this dot beam. Okay, so we have a beam, okay, and firing timer is greater than firing rate by 0.5. So we have a timing thing, right? We know that if we're halfway there, right, this dot we say this dot beam dot visible equals false. Okay, so we disappear the beam because we are because yeah, we've gone halfway through the shooting rate, right, the firing rate. Okay, so that's what we do there. And yeah, let's shoot this thing. Let's shoot this thing again now. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Okay, there you go. You see how it beam now? Now it's kind of shoots. Now it shoots. Okay, what if now? Okay, I look at it. What if I told you that we could make it very, very fast, right? What if I told you we can make it like 0.5, something like that, right? So it's gonna be like super duper fast, right? It's gonna go like pa 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 pa. Okay. It's gonna make it like that, okay? There you go. Look at that. Looks flashy. Looks flashy, doesn't it? Okay, something like that, okay? So we're actually, we have like some kind of, we can make our beam flash like that, okay? That's one thing we can do. And it looks a lot nicer than, yeah, look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I mean, kind of flashing like that. That looks pretty cool. Looks nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I kind of like it. Yes. Yeah. We need to add particles and all that. We need to add like, right? But I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's nice. And yeah, so we have that. We should probably make this some sort of a number that we actually follow there, right? Probably not this thing exactly, right? We can make it like 8, like, because we can make, if we make it something like 8, right? To test it out, it's easier to do it this way, right? Because yeah, we could show the laser for longer, right? Or for less time, depending on how much we want it to actually blink, right? We can blink it for a lot less, we can blink it for a lot more, right? So that's interesting. There you go. I think it's cool. I think it's nice. So we can, like, every time we're hitting it, right? Every so many seconds, we're making so much damage, and yeah, I think that's good, right? I think that makes sense. So we're using the same script, we're using the same thing, we're reusing, right? You're utilizing the same stuff, and yeah, and it looks nice. It looks good enough, and you could set it to 0. Like, you could say, okay, I don't want it to disappear ever, right? And it just won't disappear, right? It won't blink, because you have a nice animation for the thing, and then that's all you really care about. But you're going to be shooting and making damage every so many seconds, which is what you actually want. And the beam itself, it's just a, you know, like an animation, like a display of something. And yeah, I think that'll work. And we should apply the damage, right? We should apply the damage if we're actually shooting and it's a beam, right? So we know we have a beam. We should be applying damage every time we shoot. And yeah, so we shoot, and there's a beam. So we could do this dot target dot apply damage, and we do this dot damage, right? So you see, we could be killing an enemy now because we're applying the damage. That's very simple, right? It was quite simple. So we don't need to do that much because we already have all of these things we already built for ourselves. Yeah, we're not doing that much damage though, right? So we're not doing that much damage. I think we could do a bit more damage, which is something like 0.5, something like that. Probably, yeah, 0.5, maybe a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. Let's make it there, and let's just come here and do energy. There you go. I killed one. Okay, we killed one. Killed two. Okay, good, good. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we could play around with it a little bit, see what's what, right? And that's just gameplay stuff that we can try. But yes, that's pretty cool. That's very nice, right? We have a laser beam that kind of like shows this blinking thing, blinking effect, and it shoots. We reused the same shooting tower script, which is quite nice. And we don't really need anything else for it really, other than, well, we need to fix the that other thing, right? The make it shoot when we're right on right on point. We're gonna yeah, we're gonna need to figure out if that's the right way, even, right? It's just probably the dot product should just do it, right? But yeah, maybe there's another way. I don't know. I really don't know if we should like have some kind of raycast or something. Maybe I'm not sure about that either, right? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. But yes, that's more or less it, right? We should kind of make sure that we display our laser beam in that way. Probably one thing we should do probably is first look at the target, right? And then make it visible in this way. So we know that we're always looking at the target. Yeah, I think that's a good thing as well. We know we should have a target when it's visible. We have a target, right? If there's no target, oh, one thing we should do here. Okay. One thing is very important here. All right. If we don't have a target anymore, so we should say this: if beam and this, or this dot target, right? So if there's no target, it's also false, right? So that will also work. And but at least when we don't have a target, always, right? It'll never really, yeah. So at least it doesn't point to itself, because the problem it was coming and pointing to 0. You see, look, now it comes from here, but never comes from 0, right? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But yes, also something else, something I think is fairly important, is that maybe we should, in this case for these ones, maybe we should also do a bit of inclination there for this particular one, since it's a beam. Maybe we should look into moving the actual, yeah, moving this thing. I don't think it has a oh yeah, it has this. Look at that. Yeah, we should actually rotate this. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, we could probably rotate this. It'll look so much better, right? So we could grab the actual gun, because I mean, we could potentially rotate the whole thing. Oh, no. What is this? No. Yeah, we could like rotate the whole thing like this, right? I mean, this is a possibility that is not entirely bad. It's the simplest one. It's the simplest one, 100% the simplest one. Yeah. I mean, it would work, definitely. But yeah, I don't think it's the I don't think it's the best choice in this case. This I don't know. Let's indulge doing it. let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Target quaternion. Oh, because it's at the bottom, right? It's from the bottom. Since it's at the bottom, the very, very bottom. Right. Right, that's the thing, right? It's actually using the object 3D. Yeah, it's actually using the object 3D. Let's do this. Let's do this. Rotation. Oh, okay. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna do something insane. re dot prop dot object 3d dot no object 3d rotation rotation model. I don't know. Let's just call it that. Oh, I don't know. Naming things. Naming things is so hard, mate. So hard. And let's say, okay, rotation model. Let's call it this way, okay? Just hear me out here, okay? Hear me out. Just follow my lead. Okay? Just follow my lead here. Okay, just follow me. Follow me here. Okay, I'm trying not to be crazy here, okay? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Okay? And we're going to say yeah, we're going to say if this dot rotation model, okay, I can't let object 3d, okay, equals this dot object 3d, okay, and if this rotation model object 3d equals this dot rotation model, okay, so that way we can just remove all things that say this here, okay, so we just remove this, okay, use that, right? I may just regret this. I might just regret this badly. I might just regret this like awfully. It could be the case. This is very much the case. Yeah, and yeah. So I don't know how this is going to end. I really don't know. And what we're going to do is, yeah, I'm going to save this. Yeah, we're going to save that. We're going to come here. We're going to grab a laser tower. All right. Because it's pivoting from here. The enemies are right there as well, right? I just coming from the bottom there, right? So what we're going to do is instead we're going to rotate from the top. Yeah, we're going to rotate from the top. Going to rotate this from the top. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Look at me rotating this from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little group here. Okay. Going to move it up here. And we're going to grab this group and we're going to make it a child of it. Whoa, no, like this. There you go. There. And now when we rotate it, now we're going to rotate it like this, you see? Oh, that's so bad. That's so ugly. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really bad. This is going to be so bad. Like so ugly and bad. And I'm going to regret having done that change. Yeah. Very likely. Very, very likely. So yeah. But we're trying things out. We're just playing. We're just fooling around, aren't we? Yeah, we're just fooling around. So I don't really care. So there's a rotation model there. Yeah, who cares? We're just playing, and having fun. So, you know, yeah. No, oh my god, that's so bad. What are you doing? Wow, so ugly. That is so bad. Why was it doing that? Why did I ever do to you? What did I ever do to you? See, I start doing crazy things. That's why I should have listened to Simeon and just go to sleep and not just keep doing this thing. Why do I keep doing this? Why? Oh god, why? Right, because I'm making the thing look at. Oh no, right. Okay. Yes. Here's the thing. This should be this object 3D. Okay. Tenian copy previous rotation. There you go. But we are actually rotating this object, okay? Whatever I'm telling the other thing to rotate to. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Yeah, I know. 100% not going to work. It's going to just do some crazy stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, doing a wobble there. What the what? No. Oh, we have a bot. Welcome, bot. Fertilizer Harpoon is telling us to go get some viewers at streamboo.com. Oh my god, I hate you, bot. Why are you doing this to us? No, mate, no. Okay, yeah, I'm going away. I'm going away because I have to need some bread. This is too late already. It's so late. I mean, yeah, so late. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. This was fun. This was nice. This was interesting. This was very cool. And I'm very glad that I'm very happy about the bot Fertilized Harpoon joining us because, you know, it was the last message we received. And yeah, it's a good time to receive a message, right? It's a good time to end the stream with the bots are starting to come here and take over the stream. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for being there. You are last now, Ivan. Thank you very much for commenting, Ivan. Thank you very much. You know, it's much better actually to have a human comment after the bot. Bots. All right. Thank you very much, Ivan. Oh, see me on it there. Have a good rest, man. Nice evening. Thanks for today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do some. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Nah, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Nah, not tomorrow. I'm not coming. Well, I don't know. Actually, I actually don't know. Usually, Sundays are so bad for streaming. If I come in and there's nobody there, I'll just leave. Maybe that, but I don't know. I'm gonna decide if I'm coming in tomorrow or not. While I sleep, I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna just, you know, get into a dream, go into a dream, and consult with the muses if I should come in or not. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna make a decision. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next crazy bald bearded man with a bandana talking to a camera, making games and drinking some very beautiful, delicious mate. All right. See you next time. I love you.